everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Marcus Mariota's Nighthawks going up against Stafford's Lions.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Detroit Lions. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Anderson from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10.
I'm using my phone. It's not pairing, dog.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Yeah. Dog, it ain't gonna happen, dog. Dog, I just tried, dog. It ain't happening. Dog.
Now Stafford sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say. Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down following the run. Mariota to throw it. Caught here by Conley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency. And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Yeah, he got a little aggressive too early. And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump. Mariota from the gun on third down. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this one's incomplete. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
They snap it to Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now Gordon on first down. Oh, now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Defense showing blitz. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, They really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now back out comes the offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
To throw is Mariota. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. After the interception, here's Stafford. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key third down.
Here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Ryan Anderson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. To throw on second down is Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They run again with Foreman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And now running right through it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, Stafford here. Flushed out right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
second down. They'll run with Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there for the Lions. 49 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Mariota now to throw on first down. He's got the hook up with Conley. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And to give this time to the tailback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Mariota now. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out now come the Lions. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles. And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving. And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Detroit. 69 yards. Here's Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually. They come out here in the eye.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions add on to their lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second down, Mariota. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Off the play fake, Mariota. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And his kick is indeed good. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Play action now. Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On first down at Stanford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer, right?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Play action. Stafford. And that is incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And here now the offense heading back out there. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On the read option, it's Mariota. He can run for it, and he will. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Mariota caught here by Conley. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
On third down, that's Morton. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to break up fourth.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, here's Stafford. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through, but still backed up near the goal line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere close.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Mariota now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Muscles him off. And he is level. Knocked down hard. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Lions on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And some room to maneuver. He's still on his feet. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Back to throw, Stafford. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action maybe.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They go play action. Mariota. Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Lions have recovered.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Second down now after the incompletion. On the counter, here's Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Lions on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Come on, let's go!
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They snap it to Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And now back out comes the offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 16. Now Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep down. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's go. What? 90.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Check 9. Set. 180.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Well, the storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Detroit, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.
You. So was. Who that, Mr. Miyagi? Mr. Miyagi. Daniel's son got to get his game up.
Abu, go. Oh, where you go, Abu? Abu. Abu.
Yes.
Well, I want you to turn around.
Excuse me?
I want you to turn around.
Forky.
Turn.
So with
Turn around, boo.
you. A lot. You stay in there a lot. Stay in there a lot. Couple steps ahead.
Abu, Dada, I want you to turn around. Abu, Abu. Abu, Abu,
Right.
Abu.
That's it.
I want you to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Abu, I want you to turn around. Abu, turn around. Turn around. Abu,
Yes.
I want you to turn around.
Sadiq. Not right now, son.
Why? Why you? Why you can't turn around?
Turn way around. What do you want me to do?
I want you to kiss this. I want to play with this. Yeah.
What'd you say, bro? Who was ducking it? Oh yeah, he knew what it was, and it's just I caught him on a late night though. That's the thing. I caught him on a late night. Kind of figured you did. Yeah, I caught him on a late night, bitch. Yeah, it was like 2:30 in the morning, bro. I just woke up. I just yeah. Yeah, look at his stats. What? Nigga's ass. When I say ass, that nigga's ass, bro. Watch your mouth.
Why you say ass? Watch your mouth.
You better watch your mouth.
Nope, you better watch your mouth.
Oh, you want beating then?
No.
Oh, all right then. You better relax, okay?
That's a 9-1 gloves. That's blue. That's 9-1 blue.
Yeah, I lost to this nigga today, man. I threw two picks in the red zone, bro. That nigga scored off of, bro. I was sick. And I lost him in overtime, dog. That fucking, that Pats nigga. The nigga, the Pats in the Rebels League. Oh, I was sick, bro. I was sick, bro. Cause I was doing. Nah, the nigga I don't like. That's the Giants in the motherfucking Bro, I was doing whatever I wanted to do to him, bro. I threw one pick I threw in the red zone. The nigga took it. The nigga he took the pick, and I hawked him though, because he had it with a slow ass linebacker. But I hawked him like the 5-yard line, so he wound up in scoring. The next joint I threw a pick six, and I was in the red zone driving, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I was sick. I'm like, yo, man, come on, man. Mike, I was trying to put up 100 on Mike. I ain't gonna hold you.
turned the light on?